Sue, I wanted to really thank you for taking some time to sit down with me. I know we had a lengthy conversation about kind of what your current processes are with your injury care, who you currently use, and how that's working for you. In that conversation, I saw two areas that were of concern to you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but two of the main ones that I saw that stood out were the bedside manner of the doctor and the knowledge, the industry experience of the doctor. You guys are a manufacturing company. You need a doctor that understands the injuries that are going to come in from manufacturing. That's natural. Another issue that I heard you state was access to 24/7 care, which is not uncommon. Manufacturing industries are typically a 24/7 industry type, and so you're going to have those third and fourth shifts, and you're going to have employees that are going to get injured, unfortunately, after hours. If only we could set the parameter of, well, it's 8 to 5, you can only get injured during those hours, that would be great, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. And so you're going to need accessibility to a clinic that has extended hours or partnerships so that you can experience those extended hours but still have that under, one place. Did I identify those correctly? Okay. Now, you had also mentioned that it's important to ABC Manufacturing that you guys take good care of your employees and that you have employee retention. That is important, and that's refreshing to hear. Not every employer focuses on employee retention and really taking good care of their employees. So it's refreshing to hear that you want to know that their care is good care when they get injured, and that it's quick, it's fast, it's what it needs to be, and they can be back to work and happy, and that creates that customer retention tool. Now, what I heard is your current provider is really kind of lacking in these areas, those main concerns. And this is causing longer case duration. It's causing your costs to be driven up. And therefore, your employees, they're not going to be happy. Most employees want to just get back to work. They don't want to be taken off of work. They don't want to be put on light duty, even though you guys offer a light duty program. They want to be able to get back to what they do best. So your provider's lacking in access to 24/7 care in addition to that bedside manner and being able to treat these employees. Did I summarize that correctly? That's what I thought. So let me ask you a few questions. Think of these as rhetorical questions. What if I could tell you or show you what the must-haves are for a great workers' compensation program? And guess what? It was created by people just like you, HR managers from manufacturing company, HR managers from hotel and hospitality industry, people who are in your position who got together and said, well, you know what? If I had a best-in-class program and if I could think of ways that this process could go better, these are the tools or at least the steps that I would have or factors listed in that. So that was all compiled into some 10 must-haves. And so let me bring out a document. Don't worry, I'm not going to go over this whole book, but I did want to bring some tools with me to really show you. I know I'm a visual person, so I really like reviewing and reading. But I'm going to give you a document that is titled Identifying a Best-in-Class Occupational Medicine Program. I'm going to give that to you, and then I'm also going to review one so that way we can kind of read along together. Now, the way this document is put together is, like I said, those must-haves. They were identified down to 10. 10 must-haves in a best-in-class program that need to be there. If those 10 must-haves are not there, you're going to see issues where your case durations are going to go longer, your case costs are going to go longer, and your employees are not going to be happy. So if we can get as many of these 10 must-haves in an occupational program, that's awesome and that's great. Think of this as a tool, as kind of an industry tool overall. Just a best-in-class program should have all 10 of these. Now, 5 years ago, Concentra took this and said, wow, this is great. This is a great tool. But we as an industry need to evolve just like any other industry needs to evolve in order to be able to survive and be able to get better at what they do and to be able to meet the needs of their clients. And so we really took those 10 must-haves and we reviewed them, and we took industry experts and we got third-party experts, and we said, okay, let's do research, let's get data, let's get numbers. And I won't bore you with all the data per se and go into those research studies. But what it did is it said, you know what? These 10 must-haves are great, but let's put them into 4 key categories. Let me go over those a little bit more so that you understand what those categories mean. So if you turn this document this way, you'll be able to kind of read along what I'm reading here. 1 is employer engagement. That's absolutely important. 2, patient engagement. A lot of times that's missed. With some clinicians, patient engagement is not involved. Clear communication, absolutely key. Quality medical outcomes. That's your bottom line. That's your outcomes at the end of your case. You want to be able to see what was my average case closure, etc., etc. So you want to see quality medical outcomes. Those are the 4 categories that we have been able to identify along with those must-haves. Now, you had said that your two main factors or concerns are bedside manner of the doctor and access to 24/7 care. Well, let's see. What areas do we think that those would fall in? Well, we definitely can see that they fall in our 10 must-haves. It says right here that in building physician relationships under employer engagement is important. You need to be able to have a relationship with your physician so that they know you, they know your industry, they know exactly what type of injuries are going to be walking through that door, because they go, oh, this is ABC Manufacturing. I know these guys. I know what injury this is probably going to have. And then the second one is going to be open access to clinicians and being able to have that under one roof. Now, you had said that you don't have much information about your doctor, and again, that bedside manner is lacking. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Ernesto Tamez. He's at our airport location. Airport location is probably the closest to you. We have several locations in San Antonio, which you can use any of those, but airport's probably going to be the closest because they're about a mile away. But he has over 13 years of industry experience dealing with employers and industries just like yours. He's dealing with manufacturing. He's dealing with the hotel industry. He's dealing with construction and labor. And so he's very familiar with the injuries, and he's very sensitive to your light duty program, getting your employees back to work as soon as possible. Isn't that something that would ease your mind as an HR manager, dealing with these injuries on a day-to-day basis? So I would say take this tool and use it. I'm going to leave this along with some packet of information for you. But use this tool as a grade. Keep us in check. Use it as a report card on how we're doing. And I know that you'll see what it means to truly experience a best-in-class program, and that you're going to have the physician involvement that you need, and you're going to have access to clinic hours that you need. Just to finish off on those clinic hours, even though all our locations are not open 24/7, Concentra has taken it even a step further, and we have partnered with First Choice ER so that they can meet those 24/7 needs that you'll have for injuries. But they partner with us, and so it's like going to a Concentra clinic, but you're going to be able to be seen right away. And then the next day, we just take over that case just like we normally would. So you're going to be able to get that 24/7 care too. So again, like I said, use this tool, grade it, review it. I'm going to leave you some information that you can also review, and we can come back together and revisit. But I really do believe that we can fix right away some of these concerns that you have with your physician engagement, having a physician that's really industry specific, and having access to a clinic that is going to be 24/7 for your employees. How does that sound?